Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
All right, so you've sent me a ton of stuff on this Texas Longhorns and Arizona State Sun Devils game.
Yeah.
Searches, articles, forum threads even. Looks like you want to be really prepared for this one.
Absolutely.
So let's dive in and make sure you're the most informed person at your watch party.
You know, it's interesting to see how much of the pregame buzz really centers around the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of speculation about, Quinn Ewers' performance for Texas.
Right.
But almost nothing about who Arizona State will even put on the field.
Yeah, yes, kind of weird. I mean, you'd think they'd want to hype up their quarterback too, right?
Well, it could be a deliberate strategy. Keep their cards close to their chest, so to speak. Maybe they've got a young talent they want to surprise Texas with, or maybe they're still deciding between a couple of options.
Yeah.
Either way, it's definitely creating an extra layer of intrigue for this game.
Okay, so for the basics, Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, huge playoff implications, all going down at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. But I'm noticing something kind of odd.
Okay.
None of the stuff actually mentions a kickoff time. What gives?
That's actually a good catch. You're right. It is unusual for that detail to be missing this close to the game. Makes me wonder if there's maybe some behind-the-scenes negotiations happening with the broadcasters or even the teams themselves.
Okay.
Sometimes these big bowl games have a lot of moving parts.
Okay. So we've got a little mystery to kick things off.
A little bit, yeah.
I can dig it. Now let's talk about these teams. We know Steve Sarkisian's leading the Longhorns. Quinn Ewers is the man under center.
Right.
And I see Andrew Mukuba's name popping up as a player to watch.
Definitely.
Oh, and apparently there's a decent chance Matthew McConaughey will be in the stands.
Yes. McConaughey,
Wait.
He's practically a Texas institution at this point.
I know.
And, his presence speaks to a larger trend in college football. The growing influence of celebrity fandom.
Interesting.
It's not just about alumni and students anymore.
Right.
Having big-name supporters can boost a team's image, attract more viewers, and even influence recruiting.
So McConaughey isn't just there for the love of the game. He's practically part of the Longhorns' marketing strategy.
Yeah.
That's a clever. Now, what about those Sun Devils? Anything more on their mystery quarterback situation?
Well, let's think about it from a strategic perspective.
Okay.
Imagine you're Steve Sarkisian, prepping for this game. Not knowing who you're going up against must be incredibly frustrating.
Right.
Does he focus on defending a pocket passer?
Yeah.
A scrambler?
Yeah.
It's a real wild card that Arizona State is holding.
Could that actually give them an advantage, going in as the underdog,
Yeah.
but with this secret weapon that nobody knows how to defend?
Absolutely. It keeps Texas guessing, forces them to prepare for multiple scenarios,
Right.
which can be mentally taxing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
On the other hand, it could also backfire.
Right.
If they wait too long to name their starter,
Right.
it might hurt their own team's cohesion and preparation.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, there's definitely two sides to that coin.
Okay, so there's a real risk-reward element to this whole quarterback secrecy.
Yeah.
Makes you think a bit differently about what's happening off the field, huh?
A little bit, yeah.
And speaking of off the field, I'm noticing a lot of these searches are about how to watch the game, where to watch it,
Yeah.
even some chatter about streaming options.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I think that speaks volumes about the anticipation surrounding this matchup.
Right.
It's not just hardcore fans tuning in anymore.
Yeah.
With streaming platforms and social media, these college football games are reaching a much wider audience.
For sure, yeah. And I'm also seeing a bunch of searches about Texas score.
Interesting.
Seems like Longhorns fans are pretty fixated on that.
It is interesting how that phrase keeps popping up. I think it reflects a deeper connection between the fans and the team.
Okay.
It's not just about winning or losing. It's about how their team performs.
That's right.
The pride they feel in seeing those points go up on the board, it becomes a measure of their own identity as fans.
So even if Texas loses, but they, put up a good fight, score some impressive touchdowns,
Yeah.
maybe those fans go home feeling a little less heartbroken.
Exactly. It's about the narrative they can create around the game.
Right.
Even in defeat, there can be moments of pride and validation.
Okay, so we've got some pregame intrigue with this whole quarterback situation. We've got a whole marketing subplot with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
And we've got a passionate fan base eager to see those Texas points rack up. I'm getting the sense this is more than just a game, it's an event.
It is. And that's a reflection of how college football itself has evolved, these bowl games.
Yeah.
Especially the playoff contenders.
Right.
They're becoming spectacles.
Right.
It's about entertainment. Okay, storylines,
Right.
creating moments that resonate far beyond the final whistle.
You know, I'm starting to understand why you called this a deep dive fascinating.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot more going on beneath the surface than I initially realized.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
Right.
Let's delve a little deeper into the historical context of this matchup.
Okay.
And how it fits into the larger landscape of college football.
All right, let's do it.
Sounds good. You know, this Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl,
Yeah.
it's not just another game.
Right.
You know, it's steeped in history.
Okay.
And its place in the college football playoff system makes it even more significant.
I was actually curious about that. It feels like there's a lot riding on this one game.
Absolutely. The Peach Bowl's been around for decades.
Right.
But its inclusion in the playoffs has really elevated its status.
Okay.
Now it's a stepping stone to the national championship with all the pressure and intensity that comes with it.
And I'm seeing a lot of searches related to past Peach Bowls, especially ones that were part of the playoffs. People are really digging into the history here.
Makes sense. Fans are looking for patterns. Trying to understand how previous games might predict the outcome of this one.
Okay.
They want to know if there's a home field advantage, if certain types of teams tend to do well in this bowl.
Right.
It's all part of the pregame analysis.
It's like they're trying to crack the code of the Peach Bowl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what makes these playoffs so captivating. It's not just about the current season. It's about how each game fits into the larger historical narrative of college football.
You know, speaking of history, I've seen some chatter about the playoff system itself.
Yeah.
Some people are arguing that it's, become too big, too unwieldy.
Ah, yes, the eternal debate.
Right.
As the playoffs expand, there are always questions about fairness.
Yeah.
And whether certain teams are getting a fair shot. I'm seeing a lot of that in these search results.
Yeah.
Particularly regarding teams from smaller conferences.
Yeah, there's a whole conversation happening online about whether those teams are at a disadvantage when they go up against these powerhouse programs.
And it's a valid concern.
Right.
There's a fear that the playoffs could become dominated by a select few elite schools.
Okay.
Leaving less room for Cinderella stories and upsets.
So this game, in a way, is a microcosm of that larger debate.
Yeah.
We've got Texas, this big-name program with a storied history.
Right.
And then Arizona State, a team that's fighting to prove they belong on this national stage.
Precisely. And the outcome of this game could fuel those debates even further.
Really?
If Texas dominates, it might reinforce the notion that the Habs will always prevail.
Oh, okay.
But if Arizona State pulls off an upset,
right,
it could inject a much-needed dose of parity and excitement into the playoffs.
So the stakes are even higher than we initially thought.
Yeah.
It's not just about who wins the Peach Bowl. It's about what that win represents for the future of college football.
That's what makes this deep dive so fascinating.
Yeah.
We're not just looking at a single game.
Right.
We're examining a pivotal moment in the evolution of the sport.
Okay, so we've got history. We've got controversy.
Yeah.
We've got celebrity cameos.
All of it.
What else is there to unpack here? What's the million-dollar question that everyone's trying to answer?
Well, the question, of course, is who's going to win? And while I don't have a crystal ball, I think we can glean some insights from the data you've provided.
Okay, lay it on me. What are you seeing?
Well, there's a lot of focus on the quarterbacks, as we've discussed.
Right.
Quinn Ewers has the name recognition and the hype. But Arizona State's mystery quarterback could be a game changer.
Right.
It all comes down to how those two players perform under pressure.
You're right. The quarterback battle is definitely the main event.
Yeah.
But I'm also seeing a lot of searches about defense.
Okay.
Especially Texas's defense.
That's another key factor.
Yeah.
Texas has struggled defensively at times this season. And Arizona State is known for its explosive offense.
Right.
If Texas can't contain them, it could be a long night for the Longhorns.
So it's a classic offense versus defense scenario.
Yeah.
High-powered attack.
Right.
Going up against a defense that's trying to prove itself. And, there's also the coaching matchup to consider.
Ah, yes, the battle of wits between Steve Sarkisian and whoever's calling the shots for Arizona State.
Yeah.
Sarkisian is known for his offensive schemes, but can he outsmart his counterpart and exploit any weaknesses in their game plan?
Right.
That's another layer of strategy to watch for.
So much strategy. It's like a chess match on a football field.
It really is.
I'm starting to see why coaches need those huge playbooks. But amidst all this strategy and analysis, let's not forget the human element.
Absolutely.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's about these young athletes, their passion, their dedication, their pursuit of excellence. And that's something we can all appreciate, regardless of who we're rooting for.
You know, I was going to ask for a prediction, but honestly, I'm kind of glad we're not focusing on that.
Yeah.
You've helped me see this game in a whole new light.
I'm glad to hear that.
It's more than just a win or a loss. It's a story waiting to be told.
And that's the beauty of sports, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about the human drama, the unexpected twists and turns, the moments that stay with us long after the final whistle.
All right, well, I'm officially ready to experience this story unfold. But before we send our listener off to their watch party, is there one final insight, one key takeaway you want to leave them with?
You know, I think the biggest takeaway for me is how much emphasis there is on the quarterbacks. Like, everyone's waiting to see if Quinn Ewers lives up to the hype.
Right.
And if Arizona State's mystery quarterback can really, shake things up.
And, it's not just about individual performance. It's about leadership.
How do they handle the pressure?
Yeah.
How do they inspire their teammates? Those are the questions that will define this game.
It's funny, we do talk about strategy and statistics, but sometimes it just comes down to who wants it more.
Absolutely.
Who's willing to leave it all out on the field.
And that's where the human element comes in.
Right.
The heart, the grit, the determination. Those are the things you can't measure on a stat sheet.
So while we can't predict the final score,
right,
I think we can confidently say this.
Okay.
Pay close attention to those quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Not just what they do with the ball, but how they carry themselves and how they lead their teams. I think that's where you'll find the real story of this game.
Absolutely. And remember, this Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl is just one chapter in a much larger story.
Okay.
The story of college football,
all right,
rivalries and legacies.
Yeah.
Young athletes striving for greatness. And that's a story worth watching, regardless of who comes out on top.
Okay, I am officially hyped. Thanks to this deep dive, I'm going into my watch party.
Good.
Feeling like an insider.
I love it.
Like I've got the inside scoop on everything that's going on, both on and off the field.
That's the goal.
Well, listener, we've given you everything you need to have the best watch party experience ever.
Absolutely.
Now go forth and enjoy that Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
Have a good time.
We'll catch you next time for another deep dive.
Sounds good.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.